to talk about the weather, to know any better.
Okay, well, I was born in Clovis, New Mexico in June of '44, so that makes me 75. I went to high school in Freona, Texas, Freona High. Went through ag class and all there. That was a whole farm community I grew up in Freona, Texas. And then while I was in ag classes, we'd go out a lot of time and castrate pigs. There's a lot of field trips. You know, you could ride a motor scooter out to the farm and they'd serve breakfast, and then you'd go out on the tractor till noon. Then the lady at the farm would have dinner ready, and then driving tractor till evening, you know. And then I graduated in May of '62, and I was still 17 at that time. So I had my parents sign for me so I could go in the Navy. Because you go in the Navy, you're still 17, you get out the day before you turn 21. So that saved me 11 months. I've done 3 years and 1 month, and the same as 4 years. And I was a jet mechanic in the Navy. Went through school for a jet mechanic. I served on 4 different aircraft carriers as a maintenance rep. Got out of the Navy one day and got married the next day. It was different. Yeah, we got married on my birthday, 21st birthday. My parents had to sign for me because you have to get your license 3 days ahead of time. That was in Jacksonville, Florida. That's where Joni was from. So then we went back out West Texas, and I worked where I was working before I went in the Navy in a Piggly Wiggly grocery store for a few months, and then me and my brother, we bought a drive-in restaurant, and we had that for about 3 years, and then sold it and went through Spartan School of Aeronautics in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and got my A&P license, federal license. And then I went to work for National Airlines aircraft maintenance. And then 11 and a half years later, Pan Am went out of business. So then I went to work for World Airways, and I had the last 18 years with World Airways. So I had about 42 years with the airline as aircraft maintenance. And with World, I was probably close to about 70 different countries. So I've been around the world a few times. But it was interesting. That last 18 years, I enjoyed pretty good. But I worked 2 weeks on, 1 week off. So I'd be gone for 2 weeks, then they'd fly me home for my days off. When we bought this place here in Florida, I went into cow-calf operation. Bought the property in '73. We moved in, had a double wide we had bought. So then after our folks retired and was going to come down, so that's when we decided to build a house. Yeah, get more room. Well, we done that right away pretty quick. They were very cheap back then. You didn't make no money with them. Run cow-calf operation, just sell off the calves every year. And a couple of the older ones, and then save a couple of young heifers, you know. Because I didn't have to be here all day, because, you know, I was traveling for 2 weeks, so I'd get one of the kids to move to a pasture after about every week. So I didn't have to be here all the time for that. And they make pretty good mowers. Now that I'm retired, it's a little easier to take care of the cows, you know. I've been retired 8 years, a little over 8 years now. Hadn't been on an airplane since I retired. Yeah, I probably work more now than I did when I was working, you know, as far as work goes. Because there's always fence or something to fix. Work on equipment, you go cut hay, then bring the piece up and weld on it a little bit, and go back and do some more. That roof was worse than this one. We're kind of having to, you know, 15 foot high in the middle. So getting them built the trusses over in the yard and then getting them up there at that height, that was a pretty big job because using the tractor with a boom on the back of it, I put an extension on it where we could get one end up and then the other end. It was pretty rough. It was a lot more than it is now because you couldn't go from one, you could go to the creek but you couldn't get across. It was all solid wood. To get to the other side you'd have to go out, go down Sweat Loop and then back in. I had a little bulldozer that I used for most of it.